Hello, America. I'm back again. I thought I would do some short film clips, uh, to just try to break it down small so everybody could kind of understand. This whole idea is redemption. Uh, my name is James Cody Feather. Feather is my birth name. I have never lied about who I am. I put my hand on the Bible. I am about redemption. I am not about money. Do not care about money. But whenever I see somebody who doesn't care about the sick and wants to take advantage of other people in the process, then they have to be a part of this redemption too, because it is wrong. It is wrong to take advantage of people with disabilities, and it is wrong to try to get up again, like, let's say, a lead position, for example. Any job, for example, if you work hard and you earn that privilege to be lead, and you got somebody lying about you, well, guess what? They're taking advantage for political gain. It's basically the same thing, except they're wanting to be a lead in your position. So they go and lie about you. You know what? They're going to be a part of that redemption too. Now on to another note. Here's the Family First Prevention Act, bipartisan, and they put 38 states on hold until 2021 without prevention, without reunification. Now, what deal did Trump make with the Democratic Party so they could support the Family First Prevention Act? They're the only ones that would support it. Oh, well, if we can put 38 states on hold, then we'll support you, Trump, and you can sign that. That's what the Democratic Party did, and that's why the states are on hold. I'm going to go back here a little bit, show you some of the grounds. Still got to cut some trees out. Still got a lot of work to do. Now I'm going to clear it all up. I'm going to put a big house right there for the kids to stay in. Be like a big long program, 6 to 36 weeks, give or take, depending on the circumstances of the situation. Maybe the child needs a little longer on a reunification program. Everybody's different. Can't justify emotional action. On a later note, here's the thing. They covered up my medical condition. Covered up my trauma condition, as a matter of fact. And then they put my kids at risk, me at risk, and everybody else at risk by using a false medical claim. Now, you cannot cover up emotional trauma or post-traumatic stress, for that matter. You cannot do that. It's very dangerous. So, they thought that would be okay. And it's not. So we need to do something about this. Due process is going on in all 50 states where they're stealing people's babies away from them. Parents are not involved with their kids because other people are gaining profit off of it and victimizing parents for a free kid. And anyone knows about a sin, that's a real pretty bad sin for to do. I mean, what about orphans? They need a home. So we got all these families enabling one another to get a free kid. So orphans just got to stay there waiting on $50,000 to adopt them? Don't make no sense. Except there's a lot of greedy families out there that just care about the money more than anything. Now we're going to move on to this right here. I wrote it down very clear. People with developmental disabilities are easy targets. Also affects orphans. Families enabling family members to target free adoption who cannot bear children and cannot afford to adopt. Bill and Hillary Clinton are extorting children into foster care system, the Independent Foster Care Act in 1999, signed by Bill Clinton. This is a loophole for families to enable children to receive free education. Free education. So after they caused my medical condition, never no accountability for it. Now they're going to enable my child in and out of my life while they get a free education. Well, this is where a parent probably disowns the child because they don't want to take part in enabling. Because enabling is bad. It is very bad to enable a child. I will not be part of that. I will, however, redeem myself and adopt 2 children. And that will happen. Now this is where I'm going to put the farm. The crops and the vegetables for the children to grow. And all that money from the vegetables and the fruits and the growing is all going to go to the orphanages. Every penny of it. That's going to be part of the program. Children growing crops to help orphans. Very good. Very good indeed. As more and more people follow in this program, there'll be more money for orphanages. And pretty soon, orphanages will be free for an adoption. You just have to meet the income. You don't have to have $15,000 or $35,000 to adopt. Oh no. Once this reunification program starts, you're going to save money. And that money goes to the orphanages to help them. Wow, pretty soon, families will just show up. They meet the income. They don't have to fork over the money. They can just adopt. And then pretty soon you don't have to have families enabling family members to go after free kids anymore. That puts a stop to all of it, don't it? Okay. See if I hope I covered everything today. I try to keep it all short. Because if I keep it too long, it's going to be very hard to understand. Targeting our younger youth for political gain and own personal interests as follows. Disability rights is enabling CPS Children Protective Services to break up families for profit by not representing people with developmental disabilities in the CPS cases connected to the foster care program to get a free adoption. Children Protective Services covers up post-traumatic stress and emotional trauma, deprives parents of due process and a mistrial. You can't justify emotional action because we are all different. Our children are at risk. Which I mean, very at risk. I mean, we understand the school shootings that is going on in today's society, where children are being bullied, mistreated, and raised by people that are emotionally abusive. And then a child just loses it. Then one day we have another school shooting, or another suicide, or somebody else at risk. This is probably one of the most dangerous things that has ever happened in our United States history, is doing this, because enabling a child for your own personal interest and own personal gain is extremely dangerous, because it can create a whole lot of things. Danger, murder, rape, molestation, you name it. Extortion, stealing, theft, anything. Anything and everything you can think of, this can create it by doing that. Because where greed is, it creates death. Because greed is the most dangerous thing you can possibly do, is to go after money using a child. So, this is the human brain. All these beam lights going through this This banner is the human brain. It is the nerves and the neurons that go through our brain every day. You can't justify that emotional action. If they get triggered at any other time, they set off. Anybody in my situation probably would have took his own life. Because they don't have enough strong will to suffice or to hold on. And I'm sure it's already happened. In many other cases, just like mine. Okay. Now we got a magnifying glass for the dog, and he's really trying to figure out, because we got something here. Vote for our federal law reunification of children back to families. Federal funds, much money being stolen. Much money. Now we pay tax dollars through our federal dollars. Now our federal dollars is well spent on our victim services. Now, if we pay for it and they don't provide it, that is extortion. Because we already paid for it. That makes sense, right? We already paid for it. So why should we pay for it again? There should be no statute of limitations. Victim service is not provided by the state in the Child Protective Service case. Because there's a free adoption in the process. You can manipulate by depriving a person of due process. You can manipulate and you can steal them away. It's very easy to do. Well, we're going to take a break. Tomorrow there will be much more. And I'll head up on the criminal activity that happened when they targeted me with a disability. This was in a domestic dispute. And again, police officers love to get this because they like to go for a quota. You know? So, it's real sad. But we need to fix that. I have much respect for Florida. Florida's came a long way by evaluating people with disabilities with law enforcement when it comes to domestic disputes. There's a law on that in Florida. Now, they've came a long way. But Texas, however, denies it. They'll come by the house 3 times, and they'll just take that person to jail. They won't recognize their mental status or anything. And they'll just get a quick quota. All right, this is Feather, and I will be back tomorrow. Peace.